A company writes the largest bonus checks in its history, distributes them, and waits for a surge in morale. Instead, 6 months later, the most talented contributors are leaving the building. This happens because traditional compensation models have a structural limit. Salaries and annual bonuses reward immediate output, but they fail to anchor an employee to the company's future. They pay for performance that has already happened. To bridge this gap, many organizations turn to equity. They offer direct stock options or establish employee stock ownership plans to give the workforce a stake in the business. But direct ownership creates significant friction. As a company grows, its capitalization table becomes fragmented, scattered across hundreds of individual shareholders. This creates massive administrative overhead and complicates every major decision or leadership transition. Leaders are left with a choice between two poor options: keep control and risk employee apathy, or share ownership and risk operational chaos. The Employee Benefit Trust is a specific legal framework designed to resolve this tension. An EBT is an independent legal entity. It exists outside the company's daily management structure and operates under its own distinct set of rules. The process begins when the company transfers assets, cash or shares, into this entity. Once transferred, responsibility shifts to an independent trustee who manages the trust on behalf of employees rather than executives. The trustee is bound by strict fiduciary duty, legally required to manage assets according to predefined trust rules. Because the trust is a separate legal person, the benefits are shielded from internal corporate politics and leadership changes. This solves the fragmentation problem. On the company's books, the trust appears as a single shareholder, keeping the capitalization table clean while representing the entire workforce. Employees receive the economic rewards of ownership, such as dividends or capital growth, without having to manage individual voting rights or complex tax filings. Ultimately, it creates the true financial alignment of an owner-operator model, entirely without the heavy administrative burden of direct equity. While an annual bonus is a discretionary gift from management, an EBT is a permanent structural commitment. The rules for how value is shared are set in advance, creating consistency a yearly bonus cannot match. However, establishing a trust does not mean the employees automatically own the entire company. They are beneficiaries of the assets held within the trust, not direct title holders of the company itself. Nor can management reclaim the assets. Once shares move into the trust, they are legally separated from control. Executives cannot take back the shares if they change the plan later. There is a common belief that these trusts are primarily tax avoidance vehicles. In reality, any trust designed solely for tax reasons faces higher scrutiny and significant legal risk. The actual value of the structure lies in governance, providing a transparent and permanent way to manage long-term incentives. When benefits are ring-fenced by law, the relationship changes. It moves from a yearly negotiation for cash to a long-term participation in capital growth. This legal protection is the catalyst for a different style of collaboration. Because the reward is held in a trust protected from management's mood swings, the workforce gains a sense of security that discretionary plans cannot provide. This security allows employees to look past the next performance review. Knowing their stake is legally protected from the risk of a new CEO or a bad quarter, they are able to prioritize sustainable growth over the next 5 to 10 years. But this model is not universal. It requires stable profitability and a commitment to transparency. If a company changes its business strategy frequently or is not ready to surrender total control over rewards, an EBT will be ineffective. Furthermore, trust laws and taxation vary significantly between countries. Any implementation requires specific legal guidance tailored to local regulations rather than a broad template. Ultimately, an employee benefit trust is a statement of intent. It proves that a company believes value should be shared and governed fairly, creating a structure where the success of the business and the security of its people are inextricably linked.